What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to be explaining to you guys how I basically completely rebuilt and modified my boat trailer, one of my boats, and basically how I did it and exactly what I did to them to make it look this way, to make it water ready, to make it look awesome. And I still got some more to do, but here it goes, guys. Here's what I'm going to show you. Today I'm going to show you my 16-foot Magic Trail trailer. First, I started off with doing the new wiring, so this goes all the way through the trailer. Then I put a new jack stand on it. You know, it's just a little crank that lifts the jack stand up and down, allows the wheel to come down and holds the trailer up. Next, I put a brand new winch on it. This is a device that allows you to crank and lock the boat into the trailer. You crank it up, you attach it to the boat, it pulls the boat onto the trailer. Next, I got the winch stand. This is the winch. This is the winch stand, this big beam. I bought this. This was about $75. This was about $50, about $25. So I've put a good amount of money into this trailer so far. But this is a new winch stand. I had to put some new brackets in it and bolt that down real tight. So that itself was about 40 pounds. Next, I put on some new beams and new brackets to hold on the boat bunks. Basically this 2x4 and that 2x4 are what pull, the winch pulls the boat up onto those 2x4s, so it doesn't actually touch the frame of the boat at all. Next, so that's after that. That's those brackets that I rebuilt. I actually had to create these brackets to fit around this 2x2 metal steel pole. Next, I had to de-rust the leaf springs. Leaf springs are basically those U-shapes that take, they're like springs from cars, but instead these take the shock and the absorbent so that your wheels and your trailer doesn't bounce when you go over rocks and speed bumps and stuff. So as you can see, I put brackets on each side of that leaf spring. I took this, I don't know what you call it, it was like a little U buckle. I bolted that down over the bracket that's inside the leaf spring so that it can't move or slide down the trailer this way or down the trailer that way. Next, here comes the wiring. So basically I rewired from the very front of the trailer all the way up through here. They make it pretty simple. It's green to green, brown to brown. The white cord is the ground. Whenever you're doing electric work, you need some of the electricity to be grounded to anything metal so that the electric shock doesn't zap or go through the electric metal or go through the metal. I used these melt wire connectors. Basically, you put both ends of the wire, one on one side, one on the other side, and then melt the sides, and it melts it together inside a little metal tube so that the electricity can conduct. I also installed this bracket right here. This bracket is, I bought it online, it was pretty cheap, probably like $5. There are LED light brackets for a trailer. I put in these eye holes so that I can connect a strap over the top of the boat so that it doesn't shift while I turn and drive. So here's my LEDs. Whenever it's connected to my truck, the LEDs will stay on when the headlights are on. It'll show my turn signals. Here's a side light as well. So that's basically how the lights work. I installed more of these bunk holders. They are adjustable, so if I ever needed to make the boat higher on the trailer, I would just adjust this bracket right here. After that, we come over here. I installed kind of just a cool little Bass license plate, so I got this actual license plate and then this Bass license plate right here. On this side, it's the same thing, brackets, an eye hole for the strap over the boat. You know, I zip tied these wires just so they're not, you know, getting tangled up with each other. It's not necessary, but I did it. Like I said, whenever you're wiring, it's pretty easy on a trailer because they do yellow to brown, brown to yellow, same way. I did the brackets the same way over here, as well as the leaf springs for the trailer. And then after that, we come up to the boat. So I had to put a new eye hole on the boat so that I could attach the winch strap, which would pull underwater the trailer goes on a ramp at an angle underwater, and you take this winch strap all the way to the end of the trailer, pull the boat onto or connect it to the winch strap by this high hole, and you start cranking the winch, it'll pull it straight up onto the boat. I bought this boat for $80. I also bought the trailer for about $50. I bought the trailer in West Palm Beach. It looked like a piece of junk when I bought it, and pretty much one of the last things I need to do to touch up on it is sand down the rust again and put a primer, a base coat, and then a clear coat, which will keep the paint on it. I think I'm gonna go with a sea blue. Anyway, so that's it for the trailer. So now for the boat though, it did come with these adjustable swivel seats, which are pretty neat. They fold like this. Sorry for the wind, guys, it is a bit windy out here. But this boat was flipped upside down in my neighbor's yard for probably like, I want to say 4 to 5 years. They didn't use it. I had to pressure clean it up. I'm probably going to paint the boat as well. I also installed this bimini top. It's kind of a maroon red. Thought it matched the stripe along the side of the boat. I googled this boat. It's actually a 1987 Game Fisher boat from Sears. It's, like I said, 1987, so it's a pretty old boat. And my neighbors just used it in the backyard on the canal. Right down there is where I bought it. But they just used it for rowing. As you can see on the boat right here, there's little rowboat, oar connectors to make it a rowboat. You sit in the middle on that middle chair and you just row. I actually moved that chair from here, you can see where it was, to back there. Basically, I've put like, I want to say a week to 2 weeks of effort into this so far. It's been exhausting, it's been tiring, Googling and researching how to do all of this. I did buy a new gas tank. I do have a 7.5 1980 Evinrude in the garage. I do need to do some more work on it. It doesn't start right up yet. I'm also buying the same version of the motor, a 1984. It's going to go on this boat. My 1980 is going to be going on that boat over there. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one boat on the trailer and the other boat in my truck, and we'll be able to take out, a couple friends, go fishing, go wherever we want, camping, take them to have a good time. So this is going to be my new gas tank for the 1984. The 1980 I still need to work on. The 1984 is a 9.9 horsepower. Basically, on the back of every boat, you have this big wood panel that, at least every fishing boat, you have a wooden panel that basically it's called a transom, and you have to have this thick piece of wood here, and I have one on this side just under the metal lip, so that basically when you put a motor on the back of this boat, since it is an aluminum boat, you need it to be strong because that motor is going to be, I want to say 50 to 80 pounds. So when that motor sits on just the aluminum itself, it would fold in half and have problems. And I bet right here this ding is probably from something similar to that, where they didn't have a good transom. So I actually just rebuilt this. It took about, I want to say 2 hours to cut. I know my screws are a little uneven, but on the other side they are perfectly even. So right over here, I bolted in. I used a 3/8 driver, put them in through each of them, each one of these holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 6 3/8 driver holes, and then bolted them in and tightened them down. So this is where my motor is going to be mounted, right here in the center of the boat. I also installed these other eye holes. I don't know what they're completely called, but I call them eye holes. I'm pretty sure that's what I've seen on the internet. But I put these on here. Basically, they do this. I tie my anchor to it, and I throw my anchor out, and it allows me to keep the anchor without losing the rope. This is my strap. It is a ratchet strap, which means when I pull this lever up, it pulls more of the strap down and tightens it down. So if I wanted to, I could loosen it up with these little handles right here and take it off. The bimini top is a 4-bow bimini, which means you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 different bars, I guess you could call them. That's for a 4-bow bimini top. I've got these 2 straps, and then if I wanted to, it's very easily detachable. These straps come off, I just unscrew this with an Allen key, which I'm actually going to upgrade that to just a little pin, and this one as well. Pretty easy to detach. I bought them from oceansouth.com. It's a boating company. But so yeah, that's the work I've done. Like I said, it was a lot of work. I've taken about 2 weeks to do this. The trailer was $50. It was a piece of junk when I brought it home, and I basically replaced every single bolt, every single nut, and every single wire on the inside. I've pretty much done everything I possibly could to this trailer. It's a 20-year-old trailer. It was a 2001 Magic Trail trailer. It was 16 feet long, and the guy had it sitting on the side of his house, broken and destroyed. So pretty much that's it for now. I will update and probably, maybe, hopefully do a time lapse of the painting, which is going to take hours and days. But I'm going to paint the trailer probably a sea blue. I'll paint these rims probably like a nice maroon red, hopefully to match the stripe on the boat and the bimini top I just installed. In the future, I already have rebuilt this transom. I rebuilt it a while ago. The transom is the wooden structure on the back that is able to keep the motor on it. So I will be rebuilding. I already rebuilt this transom, but I will be putting the motor on it, making sure that this transom is good. The inside of this boat needs a little work too. I did start stripping the paint. I am going to need to put a liner on the bottom of the boat that allows it to stop leaking, because it does have a couple leaks. And like I said, sorry about the wind, guys. It is pretty windy today. I did install this new eye hole right here, and then I put these little anchor holders. You actually wrap the rope around the anchor. This one has handles, unlike my other one. But basically, I started stripping the paint on this one. I actually need to put something on the bottom of the boat that allows it to not leak. What I think I'm going to do with this boat is I'm going to put a truck bed liner on the bottom, kind of as a first layer, as a base coat, or as a primer, as a primer, and then a base coat of nice, probably sleek paint. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But that's going to be the plan. Like I said, I have a 7.5 Evinrude 1980 motor for this one. And then for that one, I'm going to be getting a 9.9 1984 Evinrude for this one. One of them I'm going to throw in the back of my truck with the motor. The other one I'm going to be towing with the trailer on this one. And basically, we're just going to have a good time. I've got some more installations and things that I'm going to have to do to this motor. Or to this motor, sorry, the 7.5 I need to work on. The 9.9, I should be buying it soon. Hopefully it's going to be 100% intact. Just got a new gas tank for hopefully the one that I'm planning on buying. And basically, so that's what my projects have been so far. And see my girlfriend's paddleboard, my paddleboard. We're going to be having a great summer. So hopefully I'll be able to finish these projects within the next couple weeks to a month. And thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.